Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Best Day Ever Crafting Podcast. This is a podcast about my making journey and celebrating with you all the reasons why crafting every day makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and you can find me on Instagram as Tie-Dye Diva. You can also find me on Instagram as _fiber tree, and that's a separate Instagram account where I document all of my paper crafting journals and journaling, the things I'm learning as it relates to paper crafting. And here lately it's been so much. So anyway, that's where I document those things, _fiber tree on Instagram. The name of the website where you can find my stickers and other planning and journaling supplies is thefibertree.com. And don't worry, I will link to all of these locations in the description box below. There's also a Ravelry group, so head on over to Ravelry and join the Best Day Ever Crafting Podcast group, and that's where I keep the show notes. Show notes will be there when we do make-alongs. You can post your finished objects there. You can post what things you're working on. It's kind of quiet right now, but hopefully we can get that revived very soon. So I think that's it for the opening. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing relatively well. It's been a while, and I've had a lot going on health-wise, work-wise, family-wise, just a lot. Every time I would say this is the week I'm going to podcast, it's just been something getting in the way. But I'm here now, and I'm so happy because I have so many things I want to share with you today. So let's see, what else do I have in admin? Oh, something really exciting happened since the last time I recorded. The Best Day Ever Crafting Podcast is now over 3,500 subscribers on YouTube, which is absolutely amazing. And I think that calls for a giveaway. So it's going to be really simple. Just leave a comment on this podcast. Let me know what you're working on. Is it something new you're learning? Maybe you're into paper crafting like I am, journaling, planning. You're starting that journey and you're really excited about it. Just let me know what projects are bringing you the most joy, and then you'll be entered into winning a prize. I will probably do 2. And we'll announce those names on the next podcast. And depending on what your answer is, that will depend on what the prize will be. So if you're into sewing, I can curate a sewing prize. If you're into knitting, it can be for knitting and journaling, etc. So yes. So thank you for subscribing. If you are a new subscriber, please let me know how you found out about the podcast. If it was from another podcaster or from an acquaintance, let me know, because I always like to thank people when they mention the podcast. So what else is on? I think that's it. I think that's it for admin stuff. So in today's episode, we're going to share some knitting and some crocheting, a couple of finished objects in knitting and crochet, a little bit of sewing, but not in the way you think. So stay tuned for that. And then after we finish up with the knitting and the crochet, finished objects and whips, we're going to go into paper crafting. I have quite a bit to share with you as far as paper crafting is concerned. And let's see. Oh, acquisitions. There are always acquisitions. So yeah, that's what's on the agenda today. And I have my computer open just in case I forget something, forget a name, forget a pattern. It's right there for me. And I'm wearing a very old finished object. I knit this, I can tell you right now when I knit it, because like I said, I have Ravelry open for that very reason. This was knit in, wow, 2013. So this is the Toulouse pullover by Thea B. Thibault is her name. and this was in the Knit Scene Winter 2012 magazine. So again, this is the Toulouse pullover, and I always said that I'm going to make another one of these because I thoroughly enjoyed making it. I love wearing it. I knit this out of Barocco Remix, which is a 100% cotton yarn. And it's a very interesting and fun yet simple construction. You actually start with the tie, and then you build the raglan from the tie, and it's just, you know, basic raglan construction, as you can see here. So I pretty much knit it to pattern, and what I really love about this pattern is that my body has undergone many changes since 2013. Weight loss, weight gain, and other issues, but no matter what, this sweater always fits, so that is a plus. I don't know if it's the cotton fabric or what it is, but definitely this pattern is a win, and I always say I want to make it again, so maybe I need to do some stash diving and think about which yarn I want to knit another one of these in. This will be really great for next summer. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna minimize this to get rid of as much glare as possible. So let's get into finished objects. So the first finished object I'm going to share with you are a pair of socks. As I mentioned, I am participating in the 2022 Summer Sock Camp, which is sponsored by the Crazy Sock Lady, of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. So I showed you these as a whip on the last episode, and I was able to finish them. The yarn is from The Farmer's Daughter. The name is escaping me, but it is from her sock club. And this is just a basic top down, basic heel flap and gusset construction. And I absolutely love them. I did not do the contrasting heel and toe because I was concerned whether the mini that came with the yarn would be enough to do it all. But I really like that. And this is an unexpected combination. Although there are some tiny flecks of pink in this sock yarn, it's almost undetectable. But this little pop of color just works so well together. So that's one finished object. Pair of socks. The second finished object I'm going to share with you is another pair of socks. And I'm going to take these off of the blocker because I want to put these, my next pair, on the blocker. So this next pair I'm about to show you are a pair of DK knit socks, DK weight socks. And if I'm not mistaken, this is my very first pair of DK weight socks. I'm hesitating and trying to think. Yep, I think this is my very first pair of DK weight socks. Oh, and I didn't mention the pattern from the previous orange and pink pair is from Kay Litton, who is Crazy Sock Lady. And it's her basic vanilla sock pattern. And these beautiful DK weight socks are Kay's DK weight sock pattern. Very simple vanilla DK sock pattern. I didn't make any alterations. I knit the smallest. No, I think I knit the medium size. I didn't make any alterations to the pattern. I knit it as is. As you can see, I have a contrasting toe and cuff. The yarn that I use for these socks, the main yarn color is from House a la Mode. It's really, really pretty. The contrasting toe is Madeline Tosh DK. The color is Cousteau. And this green is Warmise DK. And I can never remember the name of this color. It's a really, it's not neon, but it's a really bright, almost like lime green. So I absolutely enjoyed every second of knitting these socks. They knit up so quickly. They're so super soft and squishy, and at first I was thinking that this would just be like a pair I can wear around the house, or you know, when it gets cool, but I think they're just too pretty to not show. So I may have to treat myself to a nice pair of Birkenstocks that will work with these in the fall and winter. So very happy about these. And I do notice that the more I do the traditional heel flap and gusset, the better I'm getting at it. If you've been with me for a while, then you know I would traditionally always do an afterthought heel. And I felt I was becoming really complacent with that. And there's so many other beautiful heel constructions to get into. And so that's what I decided to do, starting with the traditional heel flap and gusset. So definitely love the way they fit. And I will be exploring some other heel construction very soon. So let me know what's your favorite heel construction to do. So love these. And then the final finished object that I have to share with you is called the Rhoda Wrap. So the Rhoda Wrap is a pattern by Dinah Moore. And if you, you probably better know her as the owner of the Knitting Place. Let me make sure I get that right. She owns a shop in New York. I believe it's Long Island. Let's see. So yes, this is the Rhoda Wrap. It is by Dinah Moore. Don't know if, yes, so she is in the name of her shop is the Knitting Place, and I'm pretty sure it is in it's Port Washington, New York, which I think is close to Long Island, New York. And there's her project page for the Rhoda Wrap right there. Really cute pattern. So the Rhoda Wrap was designed to wear either as like a kerchief around the neck. I'm not even going to tie this around my neck because right now I'm pretty comfortable and I want it to stay like that, but you get the point. So it can be worn as like a kerchief around the neck, or you can also wear it as a head wrap, which is what you're seeing on the computer screen right there. So I decided to knit mine out of a cotton yarn. Let me see, did I put the yarn down for mine? Yes. So the main color, the cotton is Juniper Moon Solstice, and the color is black. And I decided to add some bling to it, so I held it together with a yarn that is called Cotton Gold by Rossetti. And I think it's so pretty, so sparkly. And this is just really simple, basic crochet. As you know, knitting is my, I won't say preferred craft, but I'm definitely more adept at knitting. So I'm really working on building my crochet skills. So if you're like me and wanting to build your crochet skills, this is a really nice pattern to try. It's just a couple of pages, really simple. It's also very forgiving. The biggest issue I still have with crochet is getting the edges to be even. But what really helps with that is that at the end, you do a, well, what I did was a row of single crochet all around the edging, and it does kind of help mask some of those mistakes that you may have on the end. I would definitely make another one of these, several. They'd be perfect for gifts. And even though it took me a few weeks to make it, this could definitely be made in a couple of evenings if you're better at crocheting than I am. If you've been doing crochet for quite some time, then you know this is super quick, super quick. I will say, if you decide to do a sequin yarn, like I did. You may want to go up a size in your crochet hook just to help. I just found that with the smaller hook that the pattern called for, the sequins were always getting caught up, and I really wasn't enjoying it. So I just went up a couple of sizes on the hook, and that made life a lot easier. So again, this is the Rhoda Wrap by Dinah Moore. So happy to have that off of the needles. Whips. What have I been working on? My Metamorphic Sweater by Andrea Mowry. I'm still plugging away at that. I did manage to get one of my sleeves on the needle. So I am working on my elbow length sleeve here. And as I've shown you many times before, the body is finished. I really hope the next time I show this, the entire sweater will be done. So real quick, if this is your first time here, this is the Metamorphic by Andrea Mowry, one of her recent sweater patterns. And I'm knitting it in several colors. I've got some Craft House Magic. I've got some Yarn Hero Color Mix, color changing yarn, and I've also got some Knot House DK for the body. When I do the show notes, I will link to my project page on Ravelry, which has all of the information that you might want to know about these projects. Next up, I want to share with you a new sweater cast on. So again, if you've been with me for a while, you know I used to have this rule that I would only have one sweater on the needles at a time. One sweater, one shawl, one pair of socks. That rule has gone completely out of the window. Here lately, I've just been working on what I want to work on, which means sometimes certain knitting and crochet projects kind of sit by the wayside for a couple of days, but that's okay. They eventually get picked up. So I decided to cast on for a Ranunculus sweater because I felt like I was the only podcaster who has not. And I didn't like that. And I love this sweater. So I decided to cast one on. And I want to tell you, I totally get all of the rave about this sweater. Just look at it. So much detail, so dainty, so pretty. Look at that. The best thing about it is that it's so simple. This is a very well-written pattern. If you've knitted before, then you know. A couple of new to me techniques in this pattern, but nothing I couldn't pick up immediately. I do have a few design elements where I didn't follow the pattern exactly on some of the lace sections, but it still turned out just fine. Very, very interesting construction. As you can see, there is some very moderate increases that are done in the yoke section, and then after those increases are done, as you can see, then you start with some raglan increases. So that's a new to me technique. But like I said, very, very well written. Maybe not first time sweater knitter pattern, unless you're super adventurous, but definitely approachable for seasoned beginner sweater knitters, if that makes any sense. So the yarn that I'm using is a yarn that I've used before in other projects. Let me see if I have one of the ball bands. Yep. So this is it's French, so pardon my lack of French. I always call it Juliet. Juliet, I think the name of the yarn company is Durum Natura, and the base is Juliet. So I picked this up. I may have picked this up from my local yarn store, which is Fiber Space in Alexandria, Virginia. But and the color is quartz. I'm just dropping everything. But here is what I have left from the skein I'm currently working on, so you can get a better feel for the color. And I don't know if the texture of this yarn is showing through, but it is a non-superwash worsted weight yarn. I would say it is woolen spun. It's really airy and light and super soft and wonderful. How can I just, you know, when a yarn it's got that crisp, almost like crunch, but it's still soft. I think that's what you get with the woolen spun yarn. It's super bouncy, amazing to work with. This knits up super quick. Let's see, and I think I'm working on a size 10 US needle. And at this point, I'm just doing some straight knitting until I get to the bottom ribbing. Then I will pick up the sleeves, and this will be short sleeved also, because I want to be able to wear these with dresses and tunics in the winter. That is my plan. So unlike the sweater I have on, I will never be able to wear this in the spring, because it is, like I said, it's a non-superwash wool. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really enjoying that project. And I picked up one of my project bags from my stash I hadn't used in a while, which is my Nevertheless She Knitted project bag. And this is by Nerd Bird Makery. Again, I will include all of the makers that I mentioned in the show notes. And just excuse me one second while I pick up all the things I just dropped. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I just have one more whip to share with you in knitting, and that is another pair of socks. So again, I am doing the summer sock camp with Crazy Sock Lady, and so I'm just trying to knit as many pair of socks as I can. So far, I've got 2 down, and this is pair number 3. So this is another yarn from the Farmer's Daughter Sock Squad. And I believe this was from June. If I'm not, let me see. I've got my ball band here. Yep, this is from June, and the color is Zoo Town. And this is the Highwood sock base, which is an 80% merino, 20% nylon base. And it is 400 yards, and the mini that came with it, which doesn't have a name, is 80 yards. If you have knit heel, toe, and cuff using a mini like this, which is 20 grams, 80 yards, let me know if I'm going to have enough to do both the heel and the toe and the gusset with this mini, because I'm kind of concerned that I won't have enough. So let me know what your experience has been with that. But absolutely love the way this is knitting up. This is a beautiful base. It's very light, very bouncy, a beautiful twist. I don't know whether you can see the twist in that yarn. And my Progress Keeper, super cute. This was gifted to me by Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Super cute. So in addition to knitting together as many socks as we can, Crazy Sock Lady has had several updates in her shop with really cute items, like this s'mores stitch marker here. Really cute. And this project is hanging out in another thing I got from her shop, Crazy Sock Lady Co. This project bag, and I'm almost certain this was made. No, this was made. Yes, Mountain State Stitches made this bag. How adorable is this? I got this on the last update. Super, super, super cute. Just the perfect size, nice and squishy. It's definitely interfaced. Just a lovely, lovely bag. And there were two other bags. No, there are three other bags that were a part of the update. Two I have. One I really want to get. I think there's going to be one more update before the make-along ends. And that one is really cute because it has marshmallows and s'mores, and the colors are beige and orange and brown. So I really, really hope I'm able to get one of those on her last update. So having so much fun with the sock camp. Are you participating? Let me know. Let me know how you're making along with that. So yes, that's it for knitting and crochet. So let's move on into paper crafting. So about maybe 3 weeks ago, I participated in a challenge which was called the Fodder School Challenge. Fodder, F-O-D-D-E-R. And it basically was a 9-day challenge to create fodder or materials or ephemera or anything you can think of that you can put in your journal, in your planner, in your junk journals. So each day was a new teacher, and it was so much fun. It was hosted by Wendy Solganic, I think is the way you pronounce her name. Again, I will link to all these makers in the show notes. She hosts a yearly fodder school. And I think last year was the first year that she actually put on the fodder school, which is a year-long course. And fodder school is starting back up again in the month of October 2022. So I had so much fun with the challenge, which was free, that I decided to sign up for the year-long course, which starts in October. So hopefully in the months to come, I will have many other fodder projects to share with you. So let me just share with you a few of the things that I learned and a few of the things that I made. And this is not necessarily in any order. It's just what I pick up as I go along. So one of the classes was for making vintage photo tags. And these are the two that I decided to make. So the idea is that you take a photo. It doesn't have to be a personal photo. It could be a photo of someone else, maybe something you cut out in a magazine, and to decorate it with vintage effects. So this is the first one I did. This is actually my sister and I. This is me here. And I'm guessing maybe we were about 3 and a 4 in this picture. I don't have many old family photos. I wish I did. They seem to have just disappeared when my mom passed away. I have no idea where all those old photos are, but the ones I do have, I cherish so much. And to be able to copy them and make them into a crafting project just brought me so much joy. So as you can see, I added some washi tape at the top. I added a bit of lace at the bottom, some more washi tape here, and just some wording from the Journal with Purpose Patreon, which I'm a part of also. She has monthly words for your planner and journal, and that was my first tag. And the second one was very similar. This is my mom. I don't know what year this was. This is my baby sister, who we lost in 2020, which was the same year my mom passed away. So indeed, that was a rough year. So I've always cherished this picture. It stays on my refrigerator, being held by a magnet. And if you look really, really close, that's me in the background. And this was at a house I lived in Washington, D.C., in Northeast Washington, D.C. I remember that house vividly. And again, I just added some lace on this one, a little bit of collage. You can see the wording, the paper in the background. And I also put some burlap on the back of this. in both of them, so this is my sewing. I decided to make sure those pictures stayed intact. So after the glue dried, I went around them with some stitching on my sewing machine. So really, really, really enjoyed making these, and I will be adding them to my journal. Perhaps I'll create a family memories journal or something of that nature, or it may just go in just my basic junk journal that I made. Another one of the classes was learning how to do paper weaving. So in order to do the paper weaving, we had to create paper which had designs on it, and you could do that any way you wished. You could draw on the paper, you could spray paint it, you could do mark making, and then once you created the paper that would be that you would do the weaving with, you would of course have to cut that into strips. Those strips could be the same size, they could be uneven. The sky's the limit. So here are my paper weaving projects. This one is, you know, very basic. I love the way it turned out. It's super clean, and I may actually get this framed. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this, but really, really love the way this turned out. So the paper that I used here, I did some spray painting with my Distress collage, my Distress paint inks. Back up, Trish. Distress spray paints by Tim Holtz. As you can see, the darker parts are some markings that I did. I've got some orange marker in there. I even did some stamping. If you look really, really close, you'll see some stamping with some vintage words there. So that was super, super fun. And then with the other little bits that were left over, I cut them down and made some little smaller weaving pieces. These will be look really, really pretty on a journal page. And this one here I decided to make really, really irregular. So much fun. Excellent, excellent teachers in these classes. Amazing. This was another project. This was supposed to be a dream catcher, but I didn't want to do a dream catcher, so I decided to modify that project. And this project required you to do collage with tissue paper. So all these colors you see here are different colors of tissue paper. I've got a cutout leaf that I drew and just cut out and did some markings on there, some markings down here, some splashes and dots, some stars and other markings. So yeah, that was project number one. And as you can see, I have this disc bound because I do have a creative journal that I started. So when I learn new techniques and new projects, it's going to go in this disc bound journal. So that's where this is going to go, now that I've shown it to you. The next project was, where's my mind drawing a blank? I'm just going to show you these while my brain catches up. So yes, this was jelly plate printing. So the idea of the jelly plate printing was to use the jelly plate to create patterns and textures onto paper, and then to cut that paper and create collages. So that's what these are. Had a lot of fun with this. If you don't know what jelly plate printing is, just do a YouTube search. You will find all types of tutorials and people sharing their work with jelly plate printing. So the way I want to use these is I'm thinking about taking about 4 of them and putting them together and framing them like in one frame. Because the paper I used is so substantial, I'm thinking about cutting them down and creating bookmarks. These might end up in the shop or just as gifts or giveaways. So super, super fun class. Really, really enjoyed that one. One of the classes was to make an accordion folded book, which is what you see here. Super, super easy. Once you made the book, you could decorate it however you wanted to. I decided to put some ephemera in the pockets. This will probably be a gift for someone. And the cover was made with some collage paper. What's really cool about this book, even though it's an accordion, it opens this way, because of the construction, you've got this section right here in the middle that opens like this. And one of the suggestions was to create a tiny notepad and to put that in here. So I'm going to do that before I put these away in the gift pile. This would be a wonderful gift for someone. And this is another one of those that I made. This was actually the first one that I made, and I cut the paper wrong, so the dimensions are off, but it still made a beautiful, beautiful book. So that's the back. I just embellished that with some washi, and this was embellished with a beautiful tag that was gifted to me by one of my maker friends. So thank you so much, Steph. This turned out perfect for this. So that was the accordion books. So last week, I checked one of the things off my maker bucket list. I've been wanting to hand dye some, not hand dye, coffee dye some papers for quite some time, and I actually was able to get around to that. So here's some doilies. They smell so good. If you're a coffee lover like I am, you totally get this. Really, really love this one. This is a combination of brewed coffee as well as some instant coffee. We purchased some instant coffee because we wanted to make some cold brew. Haven't done that yet, but I'll tell you, it worked really, really good for the paper dyeing. And when you see like the really, really dark parts, those are the parts that were speckled, I guess you could say, with the instant coffee granules. My little spots like that, which turned out really, really nice. So this here is just plain copy paper. Same here. And this one turned out really, really pretty. Again, no rhyme or reason to these. You just put the coffee in, put the speckles in, let it sit, and let it do what it wants to do. So this was really pretty. This paper was already beautiful, but I just cut it in 4 pieces and took one of them and just wanted to see what it would look like coffee dyed. So really, really, really pretty. Really enjoyed that. That was a super quick project too. So I think that's all I have to share with you in paper crafting. The next episode I will have more because since doing these, I've taken a couple more classes and produced a couple of other things I'm super excited to share with you. So I will share those with you on the next episode. And again, these makers who did these classes, where I learned these things from, will be in the description box, in the show notes. And the in the description box will be a link to the show notes. There is one other paper crafting thing I just remembered right here on my desk. So once a month, a couple of friends and I get together and we craft together, usually paper crafting. And last month we decided to create something on canvas. And this is my creation. I've got a lot going on here. I've got some, this is some collage paper, this huge butterfly. So everything stemmed from this. I think I laid this down first. Then I got some splashes down, and then I did some stamping, different stamps. This writing here is just some rub-ons. This lavender dolly is also a rub-on. This little element here is collage paper. And the butterflies, I stamped those, colored them, and then fussy cut them out by hand. I want to make another one of these. I have another blank canvas, so I want to make one that coordinates with this. Maybe not as busy as this, and they will hang in my bathroom because I just redid my bathroom cashmere. The cat ripped a hole in my shower curtain, so I use that as an opportunity to redo the bathroom. And these are the colors: the lavender, gray, and gold. So much joy, so much fun, so much fun. Okay, let's do acquisitions real quick and we'll wrap it up. So first thing I want to share with you is this project bag that is super, super cute, and you'll never believe where I picked this up from. Marshall's. So if you're in the US, always check out Marshall's. So it's Marshall's, my favorite store is Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. What's the other one? I feel like I'm leaving something out, but those discounted stores that sell sometimes high-end items. This is a cosmetic bag, but when I saw it, I was so drawn to the beautiful colors. And what I really loved about it is that it is lined, but most of the time cosmetic bags are lined with plastic. This is lined with nylon, and it doesn't have a pocket. It does have a zipper. Has a cute zipper pull, which is a zebra. And yeah, it's a great, I think this is going to make a great project bag. No pockets, but I could probably get a couple of pairs of socks in here, or one skein shawl project. So, and this was $10, so it's a steal for sure. So yeah, check out unlikely places like those discount stores for project bags, and also craft supplies. I found so many marker sets, watercolor paints, brush pens, watercolor brush pens in places like TJ Maxx and Ross and Marshall. So definitely check those out to get some crafting supplies at a really good price. This is a skein of DK weight yarn that I picked up from Crazy Sock Lady Co. Again, has been doing several updates for the summer sock camp. This was dyed by Mama Jess Knits, and the color is Summer Sock Camp 2022. So I'm hoping I can get these finished for sock camp. My goal is, I think it ends at the end of August, so my goal is to get 3 more pairs of socks done by then. So I'm well on my way with my 3rd pair of socks. And I'll get this wound up maybe today or tomorrow and get these on the needles. And I'm going to now I'm about to show you what my next fingering pair will be, or at least what I hope my next fingering pair will be. So this is from the this is from the Farmer's Daughter Sock Squad. The color is Bison Blues. And this is the July color. How gorgeous is that? So that's the goal, to get another pair of fingering socks done, along with these DK weight socks and the pair I showed you earlier. And I would feel really, really good about that if I'm able to get those done. Let's move on into my Yarnable subscription. This is by Hypnotic Yarns. And this, I think this was July. No, this was June. Has it been that long since we chatted? I thought I saw someone outside. No, this was from June, but I guess, I'm pretty sure I haven't shown this to you. So the Yarnable subscription, you get a skein of yarn, and it's always a theme. So a cute little beverage cozy came with that. That'll work out really well for vacation. This is a really cute eyeglass holder. It says knitter, like a regular crafter, but way cooler. So that And it also came with these cute little stirrups. And this color is Born to Stand Out. Oh man, it's so pretty. Man, I wish I could. I know I cannot get 4 pairs of socks done. That would be too, setting the bar really, really high. So finally, I think this is it as far as acquisitions. Yes. This, what I'm about to show you, I believe this must be the July. Yes, this is the July Hypnotic Yarnable subscription color. Bear with me, I'm getting all these things together. This may be one of my favorites. So this yarn is a picnic themed yarn, and it came with, let's see the yarn, 4 picnic napkins, a wooden spoon, knife, and a fork. And here's the yarn. How beautiful is that? So this color is called Picnic Basket. So much fun. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I've got lots of yarn to keep me busy. And let me see what the Yarnable subscription always comes with extra information. Let's see here. And on this particular one, it was a recipe. It's a recipe for, hold on. Oh, P is for picnic. I'm not sure if I would like this. It says the first ingredient is frozen black-eyed peas, chicken broth, onion, pepper, jalapeno, cherry tomatoes, spinach, olive oil, apple cider vinegar, salt, and pepper. I don't know, maybe, possibly. So this is a cool salad. Maybe I would change out the black-eyed peas. I like black-eyed peas, but I don't think I would like them cold. So that's a cool little plus. Let's see what else came with here. And what's really cool is that you can get a discount. That's what I'm looking at here. There's a little card that has a discount for Hypnotic Yarns. So always a fun treat when I open up my Hypnotic Yarns package. And I do have the August. It is sitting right there, but I haven't opened it. You guys know how I feel about opening my packages. The mood has to be just right, a cup of tea. My husband's not asking me questions or taking a nap and snoring. Everything has to be perfect. So maybe I'll get those opened later today and I can show you on the next episode. I think that's it for all the making stuff, guys. That was a lot, wasn't it? I told you it was going to be a lot. So the only other thing I want to share with you is a couple of new things that just hit the shop. So if you're not interested in that, then I will see you on the next episode. And don't forget to enter in to the drawing. So the newest collection with thefibertree.com is the Lemons to Lemonade collection. So in that collection is some beautiful lemon themed icons, some large icons, some splashes of lemon and green, some lemon florals, lemon deco boxes and washi strips, and then we have our summer girls in a light complexion and a dark complexion. So yeah, that's the Lemons to Lemonade collection. And also I do have more, excuse me for turning my head. I'm gonna grab one more new thing that we have in the shop. I don't have a lot of these left, but I do have, I think I have maybe about 4 more of these left. These were super popular. This beautiful journal. So this one is in black. It's packaged. So let me show you. I'm gonna grab one. I'm going to grab, this is mine, so I'm going to show you my journal. I haven't quite figured out what this one is going to be. Maybe this will end up being the family journal. Anywho, it is made out of a faux leather, and it has a charm that will allow you to close the journal because it wraps all the way around. And there's another charm that hangs off the center spine, and I love this braiding that goes down the spine. And on the inside, you're going to have craft papers that are 3-hole punched. And if you, I think this is smaller than a B6. I'm going to investigate that and put that in the show notes. But you could always cut other papers to fit in here. You could take some of these. I know I'm going to take some of these papers out and put other types of paper, maybe a couple of pieces of watercolor or heavy mixed media paper, so that I can do other projects. But again, I don't have a lot of these left in the shop. They've been really, really popular. So if you're interested in a new, really, really pretty journal, definitely grab one while you can. I might be able to restock, I'm not sure. So that's what's new in the shop. And one final thing that is new is that this latest collection, the Lemons to Lemonade collection, is also available in a digital format. So if you would like to, if you love these and you want to have them perpetually, you can purchase the entire kit, which again is a digital download on letter size paper. It's going to print out letter size paper, so it's going to be quite larger than these, but definitely still usable in your journal. And that's kind of the direction I'm thinking about going in for most of the things in the shop. Of course, you know, like these will get mailed out. But as far as efficiency and just thinking of ways I can be able to, you know, work smarter and not harder, I'm really thinking about moving towards digital products. So a lot of things in the shop are going away. So if there's something you love, you may want to, you know, take a peek and get those. But most of the new things that will be coming in the weeks and months to come will only be available in digital format. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. I hope you're enjoying what's left of this summer. We've been hitting as many parks as we can, as many wineries as we can, spending time with friends and family. We will be celebrating, and I, my husband, will be celebrating our 35th anniversary this weekend, and my family has a surprise lined up for us, and I don't know what it is. I was told that if I asked questions, the deal was off. So I haven't asked any questions. The instructions were just to be outside at 3 o'clock and dress to impress. So those are the only details I have. So I will really be happy to share more with you about that on the next episode also. So again, continue finding so much joy in your making. If there's something new you're working on, I want to hear about it. If you're interested in seeing more paper crafting on the website, on the channel, let me know. Definitely still working on managing time and getting things done, getting more journaling content posted to the website. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Just let me know what you're working on, what's bringing you lots of joy in your making, and I will see you again in the next episode. Bye.